Hey everybody, welcome to Jusant, a game that I almost protest didn't play because they sent me too many emails. I'm not really joking, but they did send me too many emails. I'm enjoying that we're in this new schedule where I play games end to end really quickly, and we played too many long games for too long, so I'm kind of enjoying just kind of bursting through a bunch of the shorter games that I've had my eye on. So like, lately every game you've probably noticed has been over in like 2 to 4 episodes. That's pretty cool. 2 to 4 being with a big 2-hour episode thing now. But I'm like, damn, we're bursting through things. This is exciting. I'm getting variety. Let's try Jusant. It's a French nautical term for receding tide. It's a puzzle platformer or puzzle climber or something. I actually don't know how the gameplay works exactly beyond that premise. But it's by Don't Nod. The people what made The Life is Strange. And that really bad vampire game that I hate, but other people liked. But they're wrong. Oh, I think I understand why it's called Jusant now. I get it. I think I understand where the name came from. Those are very funny glasses. I'm guessing at the purpose though, they're probably homemade sunglasses. Like they don't have access to glass, so they made a slitted mask to reduce the incoming light to protect your eyes against the bright white sun-bleached nightmare landscape. That's probably what those are. Or maybe he's doing a split experiment at all times. Well, with the particle thing in physics. Listen, I can make highbrow references, but only in that I misquote the thing and don't know what it's called, and I'd vaguely reference the idea that something smart happened once. Remember the one you did the split particle experiment? Oh. Ah! Above the water coral reef aesthetic. I do like this a lot. My favorite level in Monster Hunter World is the one that looks like this. It's so cool. I fucking love the coral reef open air level. That's a curious structure. Ooh. Chapter 1, Day Mark. I changed my settings, but they didn't save. No. Save. There we go. I guess when it said unsaved changes, it didn't interpret my input as being oh. Okay. 1 second. Camera, horizontal. Let's just pump that up a little bit. There we go. That, I felt how slowly it was turning. Okay, there we go. Okay, he does have arms that stick out. The way that they were like hiding in the thing, and how the game introduced is, you can just kind of get a bit of a vibe. This is probably a game that exists because of Journey on some level. So having a little character running around with no arms, for a second there I thought they were going to do that part too. Hello. There's a whole path down there. I wonder if you ever go there? I imagine our goal is up. There's logs, anchors. This is interesting. I'm really curious about this game because people like it so far. And my hot take about the Nathan Drakes and whatnot is that ooh. Oh. Okay. We alternate the hands. When you choose where the next hand goes. Oh, I see what's happening here. So I need to be careful about my arm reach and figure out where I'm going to put my other arm as I go. So if I let go, I will do a fall. Here we go. Can I bring my rope up here? I don't know how the rope thing works. I don't know how I attached that thing down there, but not that one. Did I press something on accident? Hold B. Here we go. Not sure how we detached it, but it's fine. Yeah, generally speaking, a lot of modern platforming or climbing stuff was kind of inspired by the original Tomb Raiders, and that kind of had its own mechanically driven thing going on. But then as we went on, we went to there's Assassin's Creed that was all about pure freedom, where you can pretty much just hold down the free running buttons and your character will just kind of magically solve all of your problems for you. And that was freeing, but also in the long term uninteresting when they kept making sequels. And when I played the Uncharted games, I was like, okay, well, every time a platforming part happens, here's the one path you take, and you take the same path every time, and there's one correct way to play it. And the only variability they can sometimes add is they would sometimes add, oh, a thing will fall, and you have to press a button to react in time, or you'll die. So the best they could do was add quick time events for the most part. So when you make a game where you say the whole thing is the climbing, then I'm like, okay, well, I'm curious what they're going to do to make that worthwhile. Because they must have an idea. And right off the bat, there's something going on. Let's see. So I can shimmy by just carefully paying attention to which hand I'm holding on with. I can shimmy to the side. This is pretty intuitive. And I take it that the bottom, yeah, that's gotta be like my grip meter, like in Metal Gear Solid 2, I think it was. Or if that thing expires, I'm in trouble. I can do a little hop. Should I go down here? Whoop! I don't think this was supposed to happen. Kind of got stuck there. Is there a level down there? Oh, they get really stuck. Okay. Well, this stuff gave explorable vibes, so I thought I'd check it out, but maybe I am just supposed to take the linear way forward. But there is a ladder here. It's like, why is the ladder? Huh. I'm not sure what to think of that. I don't know if I'm missing something. It looks like there'd be a thing to do or find. But also the interaction with the ladder was so weird that it seemed like I wasn't supposed to be doing it. But it was there? Oh, my interface is doing something weirder now. Okay. Place a piton. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's a little scary. Okay. Oh god, all the interface is going. Okay. Now I get a green meter. The pitons. Right hand gauge represents your stamina monitor to keep it top to prevent yourself from falling. That's my stamina. I thought the diamonds were my stamina. So if I run out of stamina, I will be in danger. Look at this kid go. Look how easily they cross arms. I out of pitons? I think I can do another one. I wasn't sure what was going on with these diamonds. Oh, it was X, not B. Whoops. Oh. Jumping is costly. Nope. Left stick is rest. Look, it's jiggling their hand. Owie. You can rest. But it looks like my maximum stamina capped out. I've lost maximum stamina. So you're simultaneously losing your current and maximum stamina. Yeah, we didn't have sections that were long enough for me to know for sure, but when I saw the diamonds on the left, I thought that the diamond was slowly filling the space it was contained within, and then that when it maxed out, I'd be in trouble. Like, I guess the opposite or something or whatever of, like, I think the grip meter from, like, Shadow of the Colossus? In fact, a few of these things seem a little similar to the Shadow of the Colossus thingy, is my takeaway so far. Big ladder. Oh, broken spokes. Yeah, I can't take those. Hop, 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 hop. Yeah, this is a ton of fishing equipment, so we're constantly being hit over the head by the fact that, like, this was, like, water level at some point, or reasonably applicably water level, because there's a bunch of stuff here, what would be used for the fishing. There's boats trapped over there. All these supplies are here, so this would be where the dock probably was. Now all the stuff fell down as the stuff... Oh yeah, there's literally a boat tied here to this post. We should be above water level now, because all these supplies are here. Oh. I can make it! But should I? I asked what I could, but not whether I should. I'm fine, everything's fine. You can get a groove. Oh, you can groove quick. Oh, I can be going so much quicker. Look at me go. Just gotta get confident. It's all about confidence. Another sleep. Turning over stones at the old delta. Harvest. 2 belay stations for parts. A good catch. Should be enough to reopen the route to the old cape. Otherwise, it's all smooth sailing. A couple of old lanterns I think I can revive. Folks used to throw this stuff away. Oh. I finally caught an old knitting machine. For Ennio. Been asking for one for cycles. Not in great shape, but we should be able to tinker with it. Still not sure how I'm going to haul it up to low tide, though. Note to self, stop doing business with Rem. All he does is dismantle my discoveries and sell them for parts in the heights. He claims to be a repairman, but he's nothing but a foam salesman, that's what. All this growth around here. What is this? Oh, they wobble. Was this area also at some point below water? The attach points are strange so far. Place your carabin on the wall. So I can attach to walls, attach spots with the X, and then... Soon they want, yeah, they want me to go down. And it's gonna be in some trouble at some point, right? Let go. Eh? Okay. Yep. Time to hustle. I'm gonna die. Everything's fine. I'm fine. And this got me to where we were, yep, earlier. Alright, now the rope makes more sense. At the beginning, we kept attaching it to the bottoms of things, then climbing up. And I'm like, I don't know what that rope's supposed to do. Specifically when I was indoors in some of these cases, I'm like, I don't understand how this rope is helping me. What's that thing do? Wait. Oh, Y. It's giving me a diamond instead of Y. I'm like, what's the interaction? It's just a shortcut down? The previous area? Yep. Yeah, we were here before. Okay. No. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Alright. No, you're not opening. I don't think. Loops. Yeah, there's the dock. Just needs to jump off that. Or at least someone got shoved or jumped and had a little yell. Oh, okay. Bye. Let's see, I take it we're getting all the way up there, too. But yeah, these spots confuse me where I'm like, I just don't understand what the rope's accomplishing because it's at the bottom of the climb. I figured the idea is of a tether is to make you not fall to your death, and you're just going to slam into the ground right next to the rope, because that's how rope tensions work. But now that we can attach it, then go down in other places, it makes more sense. But I don't know, that still doesn't answer for me why we're attaching it when we go up. It makes sense if we're attaching it before we go up, when we're by a cliff, because if we fall, we could fall past the rope off the cliff. But we did it indoors on a ladder, and I'm like, okay, buddy, it's just a ladder. I believe in you, you can do this. But I don't know climbing. Yeek. How are things at the sawmill? Business has been slow at the restaurant. Almost no one came to the last music night, even though people were climbing down from all over. I know we don't play the shells anymore, but still. I was thinking that adding scaffolding to the side of the upside-down cliff might help steer passers-by this way. I miss seeing a packed patio. Can you take care of it? I checked with low tide and everyone agrees. Hey Mo, listen, these things happen. I hope one day you'll ask me to do something besides taking boats apart to make ladders. Like, if I'm free for a romantic dinner or two? Anyway, all good for your scaffolding, since the village approves. I don't have much wood to choose from after that new path to the plain I had to build, but I still have a wreck or two left over. I'll get to it when the currents allow. I owe you one, thanks. You're the best. By the way, do you ever run into old Sonia? I think she's rummaging around in your area right now. If you see her around, do you mind telling her I need a new hob for my oven? Mine's taking on water. In the meantime, set sail for the restaurant. I'm not sure how romantic it will be, but we can always share a half-cooked meal. Half-cooked. Ugh. That's a threat. That is a threat if I've ever heard one. Would you like to test your innards? So, down. Okay, so we want to reach that area because it's more climbable. All these human bricks are dangerous for me. Oop, there we go. They've got some very springy arms. They got some real reach there. Ooh! Look at these little guys. Startling. Okay. There's a way up there. But there's stuff back there. These things are startling. Yeah, we definitely saw this. But this is just where I was earlier. Yep, we're back down here. So you unlock shortcuts. What I'm curious about is whether there's a reason to use them. Is this a big explore non-linearly type game, or is it a follow the one path forward kind of game? Oh. 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 I'm fine. Mixed up my buttons a little bit. Oh, a swing. That's terrifying. Also too close to the wall. I'm upset by this swing. It upsets me. Let's look at the glittery stuff. Oh. Might not be interactive. Oh. Oh, this is a little scary. The free hanging climb with the legs just lingering. Oh, this kid has incredible upper body strength. A double jump? What did you say to me? Oh, that's terrifying. There we go. Whew. Okay. So you get to rest periodically, and that regenerates the current colored part of the meter, but the cap that's lowering, you don't get that part back until you stand on your feet again. What? This kid's got an arm, okay. Hanging hook. I'm amused because this is like one of the few contexts in which people kind of do have a double jump. Because you do this trick off of the surface you're climbing on. Okay, where am I trying to go? Probably just up, actually. Here we go. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, pulling out these little agility moments where you surrender the idea of even having an even bit of footing in order to just launch yourself to a different place. It's a thing. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't try it, but you can go for it. In Furryland, I know Riker, the German Shepherd, they like to go climbing, and they post a bunch of rock climbing videos where they pull off tricks like that. Oh, that, although games always exaggerate a bit, that was a bit of a wild jump to be able to make. I don't entirely know what these are for. I guess it's just to help you not lose progress if you run out of stamina. So you fall to that point and then hang out and wait for your stuff to regenerate. I guess they are just entirely some kind of checkpoint type system, like, you know, for like for safety, like in real life. I mean, like, they don't, but they don't help me make forward progress, so they're kind of hard to think about. I'm like, oh yeah, that is an option, huh? This game definitely does somewhat run the risk of still being a kind of like follow the instructions kind of game. There's all these like reminders and prompts telling you what to do. But it doesn't get much more complicated than that so far. We'll see what they add. That's spooky. The atmosphere definitely reminds me of the likes of Journey and Abzu and all those games that came in that wave. Which, like, Journey was like 12 years ago now? That's upsetting. Ah. That's the structure from the beginning, right? I think we've made it. And that might be for later? Looks like you can go there, but I should probably follow the story for the moment, because I'll probably have a reason to go there in a minute. Ooh. How are you with heights? I'm bad with heights. I would not be psyched about that view, looking down. I think I almost jumped off the cliff because the camera was turning and there was gaps in the rail. You literally can't see the top of the mountain. You can't turn that far. We were down there. Ooh. Oh god, the camera does... It's almost like the rack focus zoom type moment or whatever it's called. The vertigo camera effect. Zooms out a moment after you stop moving it. What's over here? Hey Bianca, how are things down there? I hear your boss sailed off into the horizon. Good riddance. I never liked him anyway. Things here at the hut are pretty quiet. Not many stop by these days. Not many stop by these days. A seasonal job where there's no more seasons. I get bored. You can tell because I've started scratching letters. Tell me something, distract me, won't you? Oh, Emmy. I'm so glad to hear from you. Yeah, I'm about as useful as a buoy on dry land, but no surprises there. You've been gone for a while, so maybe you don't know, but everything here is closed. Except for all Ennio's shop. He's still raising those chocos. His chocos? Just I'm getting tripped on the names and the terms. He's still raising his chocos. Bassa tried to convince him to leave with them. Remember Bassa? Little terror in the back of the classroom? They got caught in quite a gale. It was amazing. No one's dared to try again since. You think they're going to keep you on if people stop coming by? You might be seeing more folks soon, though. I came across a classified ad. They're mounting an expedition to explore the crow's nest. I'd like that, but going off on an adventure with strangers? Ugh. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Heading for the clouds, huh? That sounds like quite something. I'll better stock the hold. I bet they'll come this way. You know what? You should join them. Come see me, too. You don't have any excuses since you're out of a job. It would be a nice change from the few stray travelers that still come by. Hey, The other day, another climber got stuck at the Weeping Rock Pass. I had to go fetch them. If only could have seen them. Stupid enough to eat hay, as they say around here. Okay, it's settled. I'll be waiting for you. I heard your old boss sailed for the horizon. Good riddance. We're building something here, lore-wise. See, how do I use a ladder? Y? A? This is my previous struggle. I'm just like, how do you climb down something? Besides going around it, I guess? Surprisingly hard to figure out how to use a ladder downward. But what I'm thinking about is that I watched a movie that I think was just called House, or The House, or something. And it's a movie on Netflix that's pretty good, but it's actually 3 short films. And 2 of them are furry, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's the rats. The one with the rats and the one with the cats or something. And then one with creepy little kids. But one of them that was really interesting was that they were just in a boat. Sorry, they were in a house that was in the middle of the ocean. And they had housemates. One of them was the owner of the house. The other people were the people that are throughout the house, and they were just in the middle of the ocean. And there was kind of this ongoing question of whether or not they should sail out and leave. And it kind of felt like this upsetting death metaphor. And it was very compelling and interesting imagery to go through. Just a very interesting little thing to go through. I think it was the 3rd of the 3 stories. The second one made us deeply anxious. The rat one. But the house in the middle of the ocean, it feels akin to like what they're talking about here. Like they're all trapped here. The world has ended seemingly, and there's like some sort of a countdown to people taking off for the horizon. I wonder, sailed for the horizon. I wonder if they chose to take off across the ocean when there was still some of it left, but they already knew the seasons were ending. Because now there's no ocean, unless sailing is a metaphor or just a riff on the idea of taking off in that direction on the horizon and just seeing what happens. But, they did just choose the word sailing. It's a cairn. And I've added to it. But I get the feeling that if somebody sails for the horizon, one way or another, you're probably never seeing them again in this setting. Hey, Bianca. You must have cast off or who knows where. I went back to the postal relay. Still no water. Surprise, surprise. Sally and Faz are still sorting through everything by hand. I've gotten roped into helping with deliveries. Me? On Pebbleback? You can imagine what a sight that is. Even I'm laughing at myself. Still, why not, eh? It's a fresh start. And I quite like seeing the world as the mail comes in. Well, it'd be nicer if the damn pebble would just change course when I asked it to. I'm telling you, it's stubborn. Worse than old Yom. Pebbleback, I wonder what that means. Honestly though, what a nightmare. Anyway, I'm gonna miss the tide at this rate. Left your mail by the door. I'm curious whether comments like that are referring to a tide still existing, or if they repurposed the terminology when the tide was gone. It all depends on how recent these messages are. Beautiful places. I'll probably get down there if I get it to work. Or go this way? Oh, it doesn't like that. Okay. It's the 3 seashells. That means this is a toilet. It is a toilet. It's a reference to that one movie that I don't remember. With the 3 seashells. That's funny. How am I gonna get back? This looks doable. I'm okay. Your character gets stuck a little bit on weird little ledges. I don't know what to... That's interesting. Just... for a climbing-based game, I'm surprised by how much that happens. I guess they're trying to, like... I guess they just really don't want you to die. But there's moments where it interacts very strangely. Here, now will you let me go? Yes, it will. Huh. Makes me wonder if you even can die, or if it's so rope heavy that like it always has a safety. Because they will not let you walk off a ledge, just on principle. I just got stuck. Okay, so the game's a little janky. I literally couldn't walk. Ooh. Aggressive. Logbook. 12 octaves after the Jusant. I'm finally leaving. I'm so happy I couldn't sleep a wink. At the old harbor master's office, a note caught my eye. It sounded like poetry. Expedition to the clouds, seeking hope and water. Join us at 12 octaves, Becca and Arlo's farm, Highfield, to journey together. After spending so long marinating and trying to find meaning in life, it'll do me good to see the world. As Emmy would say, hopefully we'll be stopping by her hut. Just the thought of seeing her again is enough to tell me I'm making the right decision. With any luck, there'll be other adventurers leaving from low tide. I don't want to make my way to the meeting point with the rest of the expedition all by myself. The only time I ever left here was for the harvest festivals, when I was still a small fry. So an expedition like this is no small matter. They want to set sail for the clouds. Oh no. My parents. I forgot about them. What am I going to tell them? Hey folks, I'm off on an adventure. See you around if, and only if, I make it back alive? Of course, Bianca dear. Don't forget to bring snacks. Huh. I'd better not say anything. And I should bring snacks. What else? What do people normally take on this type of trip? One thing's for sure. What's a journey without a logbook? I've got it covered. I plan to make like the expeditions that set off for the salt plain in search of springs. I'm going to scatter my journal entries along the way for anyone who might come after us, starting with this message. Farewell, my lighthouse. You welcomed me with wonder, and have kept me company as I have pondered too much. You've always been there for me. I'm leaving you to the weavebeaks, who will watch over you from the sky. And to watch over this message, I'm leaving one of my creations. Adventure calls, Bianca. Like any real adventurer, I'm going to make a logbook and I'm going to scatter the pages everywhere. They are disastrously naive and are probably dead, if I'm being honest. Well, those are freaky. Getting a few different creature references. The wave beaks or whatever they were called. I'm not that curious about because those could just be seagulls. Oh, there's a thing up there. But also over here, maybe? No? Yes? Yes. No. But then they said on Pebbleback. Uppies. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. A little stressful, but we got it. A little longer. Having a jump button is very funny. I guess you're inherently, like, kind of releasing the tension to go further. Ooh. Ooh. No. I guess, oh, those are all supposed to be broken rungs anyway, so it's not doable. They want me to do that. There it is. Whee! This is terrifying! Go all the way around! Oh, that's not helpful. I've already been there. Ah, maybe eventually. Okay, let's... Oh, no, we want to go up. Don't hit the wall. There we go. It's just a little terrifying. Okay. Well, it's a good thing that happens to go there. They talked about people crossing the salt to find the springs, if I remember correctly. Which, that makes sense. They're running out of water. We know that from their correspondence back and forth. So they tried to go out there to find springs. Just any source of water. That's terrifying. Just crawling out into the void on foot, presumably. Unless pebbleback means they have creatures of some kind that can drag, or they can sail. Like sand sail. I asked Mo for help, but it's no use. The door won't budge. There's no way of knowing how its inner mechanisms work. Does it have anything to do with the Lost Ocean? Mo isn't much of a handyman either, but you'd think we'd be able to figure out between the two of us. He had to weigh anchor. A date, he said. It's true he did seem rather dressed up to tinker around. Rather perfumed, too. None of this answers my questions. I've explored you from deck to hold, and I'm no further along than when I started. I still don't know what you could have been used for, my lighthouse. Your painting seemed to allude to water falling from the sky, but pff, well, that's pretty vague. Now what am I supposed to do? Your paintings allude to water falling from the sky. But that's vague? I wonder what they mean by that. I figured that just mean rain, but I mean, like... Does rain never happen anymore? Maybe, but... Them saying water falling from the sky makes it sound like they're not used to the idea of rain, because they don't call it that. They call it water falling from the sky, which is weirder. But then them saying, like, well, that's vague, makes it sound like they're very familiar with the idea of water falling from the sky, because it doesn't narrow it down. I don't think we're gonna get any further inside here. Oh, ladder. Giant obvious ladder that's literally painted. Well, here. Enjoy your yellow paint discourse, everybody. Big painted ladder that has a light pointing at it to highlight it, and I missed it. Hello? We're inside the ring. Yeah. It's all textured. Ooh. Oh, it's a horn. Well, that's completely wild. And also does not feel like a thing that they were surprised by. Chapter 2, Migration. That was not a very strong reaction, so I think this was within the realm of possibility to them. We just got... Oh, I'm stuck. Your character just got stuck sometimes, you have to hop out. Got a little water goober hanging out in our backpack. Things got way more fantastical very quickly just now. It's always kind of fun figuring out what they find normal and what we find normal and where those two contradict. They're like, ah, water falling from the sky. Huh? But we're like, you have a little goober? And you can grow vines instantly? What's going on there? Oh. Seems that was our goal, because we're ready to leave now. So we did the thing. Look at our purple shoes. I didn't notice those before. Got purple little shoes. We're using... Oop. I didn't finish reading that, it went away. I think I said objectives. It's just like a go this way prompt. Got it. Got a little Zen goober. Orange, it's orange and purple. Those are the colors I do all the time. These shoes, they're my shoes. They're just telling me to grip there? Generate an echo. Okay. They fly now? Okay. Having a rope attached to that point just seemed actively more dangerous. Like it was gonna yank me off. Oh, we'll add a thing, do a little hop. There we go. I wasn't sure if I needed to do a double jump or not. Looks like we're good. Okay. Let's rest. There you go. You doing alright, buddy? Yeah. There you go. Alright. Well, if nothing else, having the vines grow and stuff is more entertaining. It'll make me want to trigger more of those outcomes where I jump to the vine and then grow it. Because it'll just feel cool to have it, like, pull me forward without having to climb normally. Okay, that goes somewhere. But there's also this cave. I definitely feel like I'm going to be missing stuff in this game. Ooh. What's in there? Glowing acorns or something? Pieces of coral that glow? Definitely doesn't seem like a fire. Oh, yeah, I thought that might do something. So that's what I was just in, right? It's the structure that has the circle in it. And there's like this vertical column, if that's what it is, or a river into the distance. That might be the sun, and that might be the shine of the sun on the... that might be just the ocean in the background. It's easy to interpret it as like a cross-sectional map, but it could be that that's the ocean in the background. I can just do that every now and then for funsies. Just Oh, bit of a cooldown. I'm curious how much that stuff might come up where it's just like, here's stuff that your protagonist just knows inherently, so they're not telling us, and we don't have a clue that these weird details exist. That can always be fun world building. It's not off the table to include things that were never introduced before, no one talked about, if it's something that is normal in the setting, that it makes sense for them to not have talked about. The only thing is that you don't want it to just be... You just want to be careful about whether or not it becomes like a Deus Ex Machina level, like, problem solver. That sounds like an ass pull. So at the very least, you probably want to introduce the surprise thing before it, like, resolves the entire narrative, and not just in that moment. But I do like a surprise. Ooh. It made this thing bud everywhere? Yeah. Oh, a cairn. There we go. If you dig this playthrough, I have playthroughs of Journey and Abzu and Grow Home. And I don't remember which one was. I think what the games are called Grow Home and Grow Up or something, where you play as a little red robot that climbs. But I don't remember which one came first. But I think I played both of those. And those hit different vibes here. I feel like I played a different Journey type game a few years ago, like much more recently than Abzu, but I can't think of what it's called. They come and go. Abzu has basking sharks. One of the scariest animals that will never try to attack you, probably. But they're a bit upsetting. Just the gaping maw void shark whale thing. Let's let's just relax for a second. Poor guy. Yep. It does make the whole thing a little chill when you're on these massive climbing expeditions, but you do have a rope keeping you safe, and you can just like let go and just put a thing in the wall and just hang. Just have a chill time. If you have enough gear keeping you safe, this might just be a vibe for people that aren't afraid of heights, which is terrifying to me. Like I remember when I went rock climbing for the last time, like 10 years ago, at a place, and oh, use sea collectibles again. They're telling me to do that. I think they're getting me for walking past the collectible, funnily enough. There's two things there. Oh, those are definitely ocean noises. Ocean creature noises. But as a kid, it was hard to do rock climbing because I was small. And they're far away. But when I was a young adult, I'm like, well, this is easy. Look at me go. And then I got to the top of a hill, top of a wall very quickly, and then immediately froze because I'm like, oh, fuck. I've never been this high before. And I'm immediately terrified. It's scary so much faster when you're up there and you're that high up. It's just over there somewhere. Just kind of wondering if I can get around in here. Oh, is it a shell? Those are haunting because they're in addition to the visuals we already have, they're just playing the sounds of what was once happening here. More signs that there was once life in this completely abandoned place. Places where people would gather, where art and food happened. And now there's just mysterious, lost square guitars hanging out. Where did this ever go? I think the ceiling slightly collapsed. Let's see. That climb does not seem any easier. Oh, that's a little high. And that's too far away. Oh! Well, thank you kindly. Whoop. You'll be fine. Yep. Okay, don't fall. Okay. Seems like a shortcut that we don't have yet. I don't think I'm gonna double jump girl boss out of this one. Top down. Nope. There we go. Can I get somewhere from here? Very carefully. Somewhat terrifyingly. Ooh. There we go. So now we can just straight up create paths. Not with total freedom, but more than he had before. No. Okay, go down and around. Here we go. Nope. Yes. Anybody here? There never will be. I don't think there ever will be. Moving sail, carabiners, fish hooks, sound shells to give away or swap for provisions. Repairs and mending, nets, harnesses, bubble stitch, sand stitch, any kind of knitting. Ask Frenio. Lost. Medallion, shiny and round. It's not valuable, but I'm sad that it's gone. Reward? Cake. Job wanted. Housework and pebble sitting. Choco sitting and babysitting. Accepting all vertical work. Renovating. Decorating. Drywalling. Volunteers wanted for expedition to the clouds. Seeking hope and shelter. Join us at 12 octaves. Becca and Arlo's farm. Highfield to journey together. Beware of heat stroke. Pebble shuttle service to Fumarolio Oasis. Can bring small bundles, letters, packages, no animals. I wonder if this little guy is a pebble? That's like a little dude I'd potentially call a pebble. Can't look at him very close very well. The camera freaks out. Well, I just got the achievement Hug the Ballast, so no. it's called a ballast. That's not a pebble. Something's glowing up there. Let's check the other side first. Because that feels a lot like it's the way to go. Oh. Oh, look at them. Life. Oh, there it goes. Auntie Ida, you have to talk to them. I want to go on an expedition to the desert too. Everyone always says I'm too young. I don't care. Nil's going, and he's only a bit bigger than me. Plus, he's mean. I have to stay at the port gathering stinky old seaweed and doing my homework. I bet cleaning the canals with you would be more fun. I want to see what else is out there. But my parents never want to let me leave the village. Can you talk to them? Please? Oh, Dee. Believe me, sweetie, you wouldn't have much fun scraping the pipes of the Great Basin. That's for sure. You won't like what I'm about to say, but be patient. You have plenty of time to grow up. We'll be sailing off to the plains soon enough. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, though, but we have no choice but to go with your parents. So best not quarrel with them in the meantime. I don't fancy crossing the plain with the 3 scowling faces. Your favorite auntie. We're going this way no matter what, so please don't make them angry. Look at the little guys! That doesn't react to that. Oh, right. Sorry, I just caught up with the... Oh, that also goes up somewhere. I just caught up with the previous thing. I was like, hey, guys, do you think this game where you walk around with an arm-covering cloak in a beautiful but such a stylized world might be inspired by Journey? And then it blew right past me that they gave me this. Yeah, I think they might have heard of Journey. There's a subtle hint that they might have heard of Journey. Oh, this thing goes. It's not a... I thought you'd hold on to the thing and get pulled up. Yeah, the fact that you have an exploding chime shockwave that activates things like murals on the walls in a game where no one speaks. Or at least hasn't been. What do you do? Ooh. Got the achievement, scare more than 10 chocos back to their burrow. So that must be the pigs then. Oh, lizard. For just a moment there, I saw this thing doing this and thought it was like a time trial. Ooh. Ocean effect. So I quickly realized it was probably going to stop. So for a moment there, I thought it might be an effect you have to do. Like you have to like, oh, spin this thing and then get somewhere before it stops. Alright, so ladder go up. But what was out here? I'm spoiled for choice right now. This octave, we are celebrating the safe return of Expedition 34 to the port. For some reason, nobody had pants when they got back. The expedition was led by Corey, who once again braved a horizontal world. We are proud to welcome these children of low tide, who are returning with a priceless treasure back among us. The members of Expedition 34, descendants of the celebrated Hur, Iga, and Ime, who were the first to venture out onto the Great Plain in search of the lost ocean, walked further than ever before, and were finally able to find a new spring after numerous failed expeditions. A fresh start for many villages who have been waiting their turn since the furnaces and fumarolia oases hit their population limits. A welcome reception will be held next sleep. The collective of former expeditionaries has made its best seaweed pie. Bring your own beverages. So they're trying to make a new village. So they have to go out and find new sources of water and then make their home there. So I'm guessing that this place's water source ran out. The spring went dead, and everyone just had to leave. Those messages were like, we're gonna have to go with your parents, so don't make a fuss, please. It's going to happen. Umbrella Gazette, issue 43. 9 octaves and 1/3 after the Jusant. Don't know if those are years or 8 years or 8 somethings. Editorial. In this issue, we'll be taking a look at the creatures that gave this near-cyclical publication its name. Brellas. While they've come up before, in our issue on the endangered tunnel wildlife and our special edition Inhabitants of the Great Reservoir, we've never dedicated an entire section to them. It's high time we rectified that. Brellas are best known for their slow and majestic flight. However, they begin their lives clinging to rocks. In this first stage of their life cycle, they resemble flowers known as shrinklets. From within the shrinklets come sparks, small glowing creatures that fly through the darkness of the caves and tunnels in groups. How many octaves does it take for a spark to grow into a Brella? How long do Brellas live? Has anyone ever seen one die? Much has been forgotten about Brellas, despite them being witnesses to the tower's ancient past. At the time of writing, they've almost completely disappeared. We only know about sparks from children's stories. They're said to kidnap naughty children. The shrinklet sightings are exceptionally rare, only occurring in the remotest tunnels. In the following pages, we've attempted to piece together some facts about them. Did you know? Based on the information we gathered from the teams of water surveyors, who sometimes encounter these creatures on their maintenance rounds, and who are very grateful to, being near sparks makes you feel weightless, so be sure to behave yourselves, kids. Let's hope the drop in activity in recent cycles will give shrinklets, sparks, and Brellas the peace, quiet, and space they need to thrive. Boom! I am above that entire structure again. Looks like a storage location. I'm a little curious about those openings in the bricks. Well, it seems like after you unlock your power, the game opens up a bit. This place seems way less linear. More opportunities to check things around. I don't know if I can make that jump, but I'm gonna try. It won't let you try. You can't try. In some ways, it's so dedicated to being a climbing game that it's like an anti-platformer. You literally will not let you do jumps most of the time. Logbook, 12 octaves and 1 prime after the Jusant. Usually, just getting to low tide from my old lighthouse is an expedition for me. It's hard to believe that this time, the adventure was just getting started. At the meeting point, I found myself waiting with Met, a young woman from these parts. Well, young. Younger than me, anyway. Her parents have already left, but like other people our age, she wanted to stay. That made ripples with the older generation. Leaving the family nest is no easy thing. I don't know Met well. Whew. But we already have something in common. The widening gap between us and our parents. She seemed relieved to see me. For once, I was lost for words. Smiling awkwardly and still red from the exertion of getting there. With my pack all undone and my hair sticking up every which way. Probably. Nice one, Bianca. Not socially awkward at all. But I was just as relieved as she was to know I wouldn't be setting sail alone. To my surprise, Old Soul joined us too. I don't think we'd exchanged a single word before now. Will an old schooner like him be able to keep up? Ever since I was little, Soul's always been that old hermit who lives up on high. He used to scare me. He would come down to the port sometimes, like a spider sliding down a silk thread. The other kids and I would have fun running away, screaming at the sight of him. Even now my knees start quaking as I saw him lumbering towards me. We set off as a group of 3, since no one else came to join our crew. I soon realized I'd been worried for nothing. Soul leads the way, an odd figure with nimble feet who climbs the cliffs with amazing ease. Met follows behind, brimming with energy. Suddenly I feel like the old one, Bianca. You said they were scattering these on their way, but didn't I go up? I guess I thought they were going down to the... For the expedition, I thought they were going down to the, like, ocean level? There's like a fan up there. Could swing to that ledge at least from there. Might be the direction we're ultimately going in. Huh. Well, that lift goes up to there, so this blue area is the area I haven't been in yet. So I should check that out before I go further. I think. Could be wrong. I am wrong a lot. Yeah, because this is the top of the lift, so don't need to use that anymore. Bound to be something else around here. When I first saw the lift, I thought it was the way we're supposed to go, but there was another lift. A more powerful one. Dearest Met, you'll probably laugh at what I'm about to say, but I wish I were a choco. Nothing to do but be round, fluffy, and cute. The whole sleep long, no job, no existential crisis about the future. It'd be more relaxing than going door to door. But someone has to bring the old folks water. I never would have believed it, but I've grown fond of them. Remember old Coco? Oh, Coco the Choco? She made me... No, probably not. Probably a person. She made me listen to and dust off her shell collection. She's as deaf as a post, so someone should listen to them once in a while, she said. One of the shells almost crumbled to dust. They missed the ocean. Just like we do. Are things any better with your family? Are they still upset? No need to tell me if it's too difficult to talk about. I may not be there to support you, but I'm sending waves your way. That Coco. Still, I admire you. I definitely wouldn't have the patience. Things with my parents are still choppy. They let the ocean disappear, but they don't want to understand that what happened. We're not responsible, they always say. They've left for the Cauldron's oasis. They'd requested the furnaces so they could join some friends of theirs, but spots are hard to come by. At least things have calmed down for me since they left. I feel as light as can be. Maybe I should go on the trip too. They let the ocean go. So we're going for like a reverse climate change narrative, I believe. Oh, there's an anchor spot here? Oh, hello. Where it's like instead of the ocean levels rising, they're falling. It's an alternate approach to that same spot? Maybe. Huh. Maybe there's a trick to making this area climbable? Oh! Oh, that scared me. They never let me fall and stuff normally. I'll try this out I was on. But yeah, we're going heavy on the climate change stuff because, like, there's... They specifically talk about it being a recent generational problem, like, oh, your parents got to have an ocean, and now it's gone. And now we're just dealing with the people that just have to live with the after. I imagine the population got much more, well, communist, basically. Because you literally have a finite amount of resources and a set amount of people you can even have that exist, essentially. Or this whole thing will come apart. How is your arm so good? Don't think I could climb higher here. What could go wrong? Well, it's a good thing I set this up. They're having to search for a stream. I mean, they did mention population limit. Snail thing. Like they only have so much source of water at fixed locations. They'd have to be really careful. Well, that's neat. Can't climb this. It's a window to the rest of the game. Oh god, am I stuck? Nope. Well, that's an interesting growth. It kind of looks like those mineral tubes you get when you have a continual source of gas underwater and in the ocean. Like it'll keep depositing. You'll have an opening that the gas is escaping through, like, which starts off as just like a little hole, but it's carrying minerals and stuff with it as it goes up in the bubbling water and whatnot. And so eventually it will just start creating like a tube upward, like a reverse stalactite. I guess a stalagmite, but I mean not the same thing, because stalactites are caused by... Stalagmites are caused by water falling and landing there and depositing minerals. But instead it's like... It's the fact that the direction is going up. You'll create a vertical structure that grows upward from below instead of from above. Nope, that's definitely what I'm supposed to do it on. On some level, there's something very funny about the idea that just being really, like, caught off guard and amazed by black light. Never seen this magic before. Little cooking area, I think. Or a spot where they did their laundry, not sure. Just is a pan. I should have grabbed on before I launched it. I forgot. I want it to carry me, it's so cool. Get up here. Yep. No, I screwed up again. No. Oop, there we go. Saved it a little bit. keep forgetting to be really cool and awesome. Placing a second piton anchors if you fall. This game's worrying for me in my mistakes. Oh! I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine. That was just a little terrifying. That's cool. I'm fine. Just had that moment where I moved horizontally backwards away from the ledge, which is a normally great thing to do in that situation, and nothing was wrong. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh. Help. There we go. There we go. Is that a shell? Yep. They missed the water too. That's just sad. Oop, a fade. There is always something just haunting about showing all the creations of man in a big, beautiful gallery of ingenuity, and then just removing the people, and it's just empty now. That's always a little upsetting. And of course, they're somewhat focusing on using more beautiful expressions of that idea, and not like, here's some computers and garbage dumps and other stuff that's less exciting that man get up to. But if I do this, will you let me jump? You will. Goofy ass game. Maybe it's just a cultural thing. Like you never jump unless you have a rope attached to something. But given that they would not normally let me look at that shell, given that they would not normally let me do the jump, it makes sense that there's not really anything here. Oh, 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 oh. Authentic rock climbing. Alright, so I had to take a break to do a stream, and I am back now, and this is interesting. When you rejoin the game, the start screen is the game already loaded, so it just immediately starts when you hit continue. That's really cool. Where am I, though? I'm by the fan, so we're back here. Gotcha. It's just a really cool transition where it's like, it loads the game up before you even do the menu. And continues from there. Looks like not massively frequent checkpoints, though. I think this was a few minutes ago. Alright, we're back. Ooh. Okay, so I can reach that. So this is probably a secret. I would figure this is optional. Little guy! Iguana goober. Pardon me, but I noticed you've stopped receiving my newspaper. Is there anything I should do? Could this be an oversight on your part? While I'm at it, I should mention that I really enjoyed your article on the Choco Show. Greetings. As you know, there isn't enough water left for the postal relays to function, and too few pebbles available to deliver the paper in good conditions. Because of this, the Voice of the Ravines team has decided to cease publication. Although our desire to inform our readers is stronger than ever, we haven't yet decided what form our daily paper will take in light of this new situation. Thank you for your feedback on the show. I've always enjoyed covering that event. Let's hope we get an opportunity to discuss it again one day. When there's no water, everything seems so fragile, doesn't it? The slow loss of facilities as their society kind of falls apart. So I think this is Soul's house then? I think that's the old man we heard about in the last expedition. So it starts as like a series of inconveniences, this or that thing shutting down, this or that thing not working anymore as things change. But then over time, we're probably going to hear from them as they grappled with the idea that, oh no, this stuff is permanent. Whoa! Alright. I did not make it on my first go. It would have been really cool. Okay. Got it. That looks very dangerous. Yep. Let's stick one here before I get in trouble. Just keep going. There you go. Pretty. Never seen so many people coming down the heights. And some are stopping in low tide. Maybe my situation's not so hopeless after all. The ocean provides for a patient heart, as my mother used to say. Maybe I'll finally manage to meet someone. It's been slim pickings here. Apart from old Yom, maybe? He makes my heart flip with his dimples, calloused hands, that plaid shirt he always wears. Yom? The baker? I hope you're joking. I can never tell when you're pulling my leg. Anyway, I'm leaving the tower too. Sorry, Bassa. I don't know how else to tell you. I wish we could clip our carabiners together like we used to. Before running around on the old pier. I wish I could convince you to come with me. That's how it is. I'm chewing up the neighboring village. I'm chewing up with? Oh, talking, I guess. They found me a spot in one of their pebbles. We'll see each other again somewhere down on the plain, won't we? Don't be angry with me. I'll miss your letters. Oh, this delivery system. So is it that the animal... It must be that the creatures we're seeing around... I think it's the pebbles or something? Maybe those are the pebbles? One of these creatures is like physically... taking the letters around. I don't think they're doing it on foot. I think that's why they have this whole system of talking back and forth with each other. It was interesting. We've seen this enough now that it seems like this is consistently like a place that a specific creature drops these letters off. And any letters that we find that aren't in one of those locations may have been lost in transit. Cairn. We're just climbing through a whole lost society. Ooh. Solstice, Chapter 3. Ooh, there's something. Logbook, 12 octaves and 1/3 after the Jusant. This is an adventure, all right? I mean, fine. We've only just gotten started, but still, we still haven't strayed off the beaten path. But for me, this is huge. I can't wipe the smile off my face. I think I needed this. To feel the rocks under my hands, to experience something out of the ordinary, to move. I'm getting to know my companions better. Though our chit-chat mainly revolves around which route to take to join the expedition. Met and Sol are already getting along like a house on fire. They can probably hear us laughing on all the way down on the salt plain. But embarking on this journey, Sol wants to try and return to the world of yesterday, and Met wants to save the world tomorrow. As for me, if I can just make it to the meeting point alive, I'll be happy. I never dared leave home before now. Well, leave for real, without my parents. I dreamt about it. Having incredible adventures, finding a new port to call home. Anywhere but low tide. I never really felt like I belonged there. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. Spent too much time dreaming of far-off places. But what is there for me back in low tide? Apart from the empty houses and questions without answers. It was high time to give something else a try. For me and Met, climbing's usually something we do when we have no other choice. To say we hesitate each time we have to launch ourselves into the open air with only our ropes securing us is an understatement. But we encourage and belay each other. For Sol, it's a different story. He sets the route with incredible ease. He tells us how he used to climb as a kid to gather seaweed with his parents. That was before the Jusant. Another era. Since then, he's seen the drought slowly transform the tower into a desert. Sol reminds me of the sailors from the stories you sometimes hear. The ones who can't get used to the inertia of the tower after spending their entire lives in the waves. Sol himself is definitely ungainly when it comes to walking, which terrified us as kids. But when he climbs, he's as nimble as the sword that I tried to carve. The drought transformed the tower into a desert. We are way up here. Let's take a look around. Ah. What's that structure down there? I don't think I ever got there. We are way up. That's the ruins of a building, and there's some big white tower thing down there. I bet I still can't see the top. Yep. Nope. And then the glasses are back on. Yeah, they're definitely basically sunglasses. For people that don't have glass, as far as I can tell. So they just create a narrow slit. Whoop! Those are startling. Alright, well, if I take that rope, I'm probably not coming back, so let's see what I can find. Ta-da. It might just be the cairn. There is a decent kind of value to collectibles in that even if someone doesn't complete them all, and even if they don't collectively do something, you can still just be like, ah, this is a weird little dead end you went in. Here you go. Here's a cairn. Tap it. You did something. Leave now. Got a rope texture. Oop. I am in danger. Oh, yellow birds. Are those the weave beaks? Good luck. Okay, made it. Not much coming of this. Stamina drops more quickly when the sun is out. Okay. So my meter flashes orange when I'm in sunlight. That's when I have to worry about stamina more. Okay. I don't know if they're all necessarily impactful, but the game is in fact layering on mechanics as we go. So it feels like something's happening. I'm still sort of jury's out on whether or not this is the type of game where you ever end up having to think much. Oh god. A broken piece of rope there. Every now and then my brain breaks a little bit and I start just holding a direction down and waiting and thinking it's gonna go. I'm like, oh right, the entire basis of this game. I forgot somehow. We likely have to swing, so I'm probably not going to get over there without going up first. Oh! Scared me a little bit. Right, because they won't let me unless I hook onto something. Oh. Yep. I'll be fine. Oh god. I've made a terrible mistake. Gotta get on the wall because then I can kick better. It does not like this. This just must not be the intended way forward. Let's see. There's another bulb over there. I hope I can reach it. Oh, it's not about reaching the bulb, it's about the surrounding area. Wait, are these gonna break off? Oh god. Oh god. That was a bit upsetting, but I can extend it. Ta-da! I'm starting to think that I was supposed to go this way, though. This feels like a whole thing. Shit. It's fine, I'll just do it again. So this area on the left must be the optional direction. Oh god. Oh, what have we here? Looks like a kiln? Blacksmithing sort of place? I don't know. Logbook. 12 octaves in 2 seconds after the chant. We did it! I'm completely wrung out, but we made it in time to join the expedition. There weren't many of us there. Barely a handful. Look how peaky that poor thing is. She's shaking like a sewing machine. I felt so far from home, but the tone was more encouraging than mocking. My efforts had been acknowledged and appreciated. I was too out of breath to reply, but a new emotion rose up inside me. I was proud. Proud to have made it this far. Still doubled over from the exertion, I looked around at the others. Everyone there had left everything behind to be there. They had a fire in their eyes, a desire to change things, and I was part of it. That's all it took to fill me with fresh energy. Arlo and Becca welcomed us to their sun-scorched farm with open arms. They were emotional, and the mood was solemn. Last farmers left in these parts, and they're the ones who put together this expedition. They spent their entire lives trying and failing to fight the drought. Nothing grows in the cliffs anymore, and their own funny-sounding words, not one measly plant grows out in these fields no more. Hope I'm not reproducing the Highfield dialect too badly. Then Becca told us about their wild scheme, setting off for the clouds to find water in the sky. At her words, a murmur rose up from the group. There was talk of how feasible the plan was, how best to go about it, which routes to take and which sections to avoid. Arlo and Becca wanted to find ballast, as they're called, lower down. Enormous creatures made of water that are said to live in the clouds. Ballast only exist in sleep stories for children. Well, that's what I always thought before embarking on this adventure. There's Arlo and they're Arlo and Becca's last hope. I'm starting to believe in them too. We may have had a chance to save the tower. It's up to us to seize it. Bianca. And now I go this way. I know I can avoid some of this problem by constantly entering the look for collectibles mode, but I don't know, I kind of don't like that as a concept. I don't love the idea of having to use a button that just tells me whether all the time. So inherently I kind of just want to walk around. It's self-inflicted. I don't like doing this all the time, but like it probably does just tell you over, like there's the main objective, there's the side objective, do them in this order. I guess on some level it's just, it feels like at that point you're reducing the entire game to just following directions. Whee! That one didn't grow. There it is. Nope, that didn't go much of anywhere either. Okay. Gotta go fast. Faster, 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 faster. Okay. Alright, I'm good. And let's rest. This is when he wobbles his hand. He, she, or they. Oops. Okay, get higher up. And grab. There we go. A relay. So this is a new starting point, like the one from before. Okay. It becomes like your new permanent starting point, basically. Got it.